Alright, today begins our two-part series on the Roman Republic. Now, we're going to divide this up into two parts because there's a lot of information about the Roman Republic. Now, the Republic of Rome was really the first form of Rome when it basically got its power. It was basically at its very beginning after Greece had reigned supreme over thousands of years, then becomes a little tiny Rome out of nowhere. It begins as a republic, and as you will find out, it extends into what we now know as an empire. But to be able to get to the empire stage, you first have to talk about what a republic is. Start of a new Rome. Romans rebel against their cruel king in 509 BC. This begins the Roman Republic. The Roman Republic is a form of government where the citizens have the power. They get to choose their leaders. They do not get to vote for them, they get to choose them. A democracy is where they get to vote for their leaders. A republic is where they get to choose for their leaders, so don't get them confused. Rome founds a republic, not a democracy. They found a republic. What was life like in the Republic of Rome? Rome became a large city 500 miles around. So what does that mean? From one point to the last point, from beginning point to end point, it is 500 miles around. They ousted the king and they invented the Republican form of government. They chose their leaders. The rules basically said that only freeborn males could vote. Now we'll talk about what the difference between a freeborn and a regular male is later on in the unit. Now, today what we're really going to focus on is what life was like in the Republic of Rome. The power. Rome's republic was shaped by a struggle between two groups. The wealthy nobles, known as the patricians, and the regular citizens, known as the plebeians. Now let's talk about the patricians first. The patricians were the wealthy landowners, the ruling class. They were the citizens. The citizens could vote, they could pay taxes, and they could serve in the army. This is all patricians we're talking about now. They could not marry a plebeian, and they could serve in the government. This is the upper class, this is the ruling class, but this is the minority, okay? This is not the majority, this is the minority. Which group is the majority? This group is the plebeians. The plebeians is the majority of the population. They are the working class. They are the artisans, the shopkeepers, and the farmers. The group that has to work hard and make a living by working to make their money, if they made any money at all, just enough money to put food on the table and to live. Citizens were the same as the patricians. Let's go back over here. Citizens could vote, pay taxes, and serve in the army. Same thing in both. Could not marry a patrician. Same thing in both, except for a patrician couldn't marry a plebeian could not marry a patrician. It was the same thing in both. So one couldn't marry the other, they could only stay in their ruling class. And they could not serve in the government. So, the patricians are the only ones who could serve in the government. So what do you think that would mean? If you're saying, that the patricians have all the power, so they're going to help their own out, sure. This makes the plebeians upset. They'll, as you'll learn tomorrow in the second part of the Roman Republic lesson, they begin to change it in government. Rules that will help the plebeians out and give them some power in government as well. This ends the first of two Roman republics.